Christopher Green, AM TV guy. I love how he says, as if like, look, I told you so. I told you last month that Trump was going to declare national emergency. He told you that because that's what his script was there laid out in front of him to tell you. Also, Russia and China. We're going to war with Russia and China. I told you a couple months ago that's what we were going to, that the United States and the total economy collapse is going to happen, and Russia and China is going to war with us. I told you. Hard hitting in your face. By the way, guys, if you want to buy my bug out box for like the end of the world, like prepare at least 6 months, click below, send your money, even though the economy is going to collapse. But I told you so. And this is what happens towards the end of the power struggle, because they're still struggling to, like, they don't want to let go of the power. So there's a struggle on their end. They don't want to let go of it. But what happens is, you know, like when you say you write a letter, right, and you say in that letter, I don't know, say you write it like, it's like 2 years ago or something, and it just, and it explains in there how Russia and China, North Korea, they're coming at us. They're going to come at America and destroy us with TV bombs, okay? Let's just say you wrote that letter and you, I don't know, like, let's just say you sent it out to all your neighbors and everybody on your email list and just everybody you've seen, just you text it to everybody and let them know ahead of time. And then now, 2 years later, guys, I told you that we're getting ready to go to war with China and Russia. I mean, there's all kinds of other countries to choose from, but if you go in the Bible and you understand what you're reading, and then you can pick out the elite script because you're looking at it in the scriptures, and then you know what God's going to do with the real part of the scriptures, the interpretation of it, and then you see where they're at. Well, then you might as well write down in a letter so it can be preserved for later on, so people can look at it and say, "Wow, that happened. That's crazy." But see, they get the same script in front of them, laid out in front of them by the elite themselves. They write it out and they hand it to you and they tell you to read it. And by the way, just do the best that you can with letting people believe that you're reading, okay? All right, Christopher? Oh, Christopher, I want to give you a shout out. Some other guy gave you a shout out, but he's famous. So, but I want to give you a shout out for letting us know, you know, what you guys are really doing. But I understand on my end that you're being handed a script and it's been given to you, and you and Richie from Boston do the same thing. You pretend you guys are real prophets when you're just reading a script, all of you. So I'm probably going to read that letter again, just, you know, just for the hell of it, in case there's new subscribers, you know, if anybody's watching. But according to my view count, like, nobody's, I mean, people are just turned off. They don't want to listen to what I got to say. I don't blame them. All they do is ramble on for 33 minutes. I don't even say anything important. I don't know why the frick people still watching me, but apparently you still are. But yeah, I mean, that's if people are watching. I mean, it ain't like YouTube I mean, Richie said it's true that they mess with your view counts and they don't give you enough of, but that's just Richie. I mean, but then again, is he telling you the truth? And he can seem to prove it a lot that he's telling you the truth. I'm just, you know, I'm kind of like house shopping right now. I'm getting ready to get sued for slander, defamation of character, There's 143,999 others. Expect to get papers in the mail or see Steve face to face. Or you might see him face to face, because you know that court thing? You know, in court, when you see the person's face when they're in like another country or state, that might be one of the reasons that they have that digital court thing. But I thought some things are going to happen years in advance. And guess what? Yeah, I mean, I could pretty much look directly at the sun, actually. Yeah, you can see it's like, it's just a wave. Interesting. Look, I'm sun worshiping, okay? I'm worshiping the sun. Yeah, I'm looking at it like directly into like, well, it's amazing what they made. I mean, that thing is bright. That thing, it's huge. It's pretty low. See, I'm just kind of, you know how you like window shop? I'm just house shopping at the moment. Just looking at the different styles that I want to build. But it's definitely in an area that's has a lot of, you know what? That's it. I think I'm going to build my house on Mount Ararat. Yep. It's a perfect place because it's, once you get to the top, you can see 200 miles in every direction. That's where I want to go. Days. Countdown has begun, and it started quite a few days back. 115 more miles. 115 miles to go, or 115 miles that has already been or will be. It's kind of what you got to figure out. It's how Trump talks. He talks like the King James Bible. I mean, he's letting us know. Christopher Green's letting us know. He's telling us, you know, he told us that the national emergency was going to happen, because he had the script, and then now he's, and it happened, so he showed you that it happened. So now he's like, he's really telling you. I mean, I guess that's how, you know, I guess that's the way the elite think. Some people think that with the karma ordeal that you can lie all your life, but towards the end you have to tell them the truth. You guys are screwed, okay? It's not going to stop. There's no stopping it. It's going to get worse, and it's not going to get better. These are all going to FEMA camps. By the way, guys, if you want to buy my, click down below here, 6 months worth of, you know, the grub that you need and everything. It's like $350. Just click down here. But it's going to happen sooner than later. I mean, it's going to happen like within the next week or month. It's just going to happen. And we're going to go to war. And Donald Trump, God bless Donald Trump. I mean, he's doing a great job. Donald Trump, God bless him. And the White House and Washington. I mean, God bless all those guys. But seriously, guys, you're all going to die. So there was nothing you could do about it. But if you want to hold on to hope, click below, man. I mean, I got some shit I'll say if you want. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, we're all going to die anyway. So, I mean, not me. I mean, I got billionaire friends. You know what I mean? I was promised life. Just like all the other idiots. You guys are promised life. Man, whatever. I could tell you what's going to happen, too. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You know? I'm telling you the timeline, the time frame. I'm telling you. Take it or leave it. I know, it's all coincidence. The best part about it is, just read. Like, read Daniel. Just read the book of Daniel, and read it again, and then read it again and again. And every time you read it, more information keeps falling in place. Or listen to it on the Bible app, whatever. Revelation. You can see where they're at. You can see what they're doing. I was able to see that 2 years ago when I wrote that letter. And now 2 years later of really getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the understanding, that the knowledge increases, especially between the 7th year and the 8th year. Those 365 days of walking with God is extremely important. You can't get those 365 days at the beginning of the 7-year tribulation period. You get it at the end. So at the end of the 7th year, going into the 8th, well, you'll have 365 full days of knowledge that increased tremendously because you searched for it. And then that April 7th thing, man, that thing is just, I will always, it's like right here. It's not in the back of my mind, it's in the forefront of my mind. Oh, World War III, huh? Really? So, is that what you're saying, AM TV guy? I you know what? I can prove, right? I can prove that on April 7th of 2017 that I said war was going to start on April 7th. Oh man, and I was right on, Chris. I didn't even have a script either. Yeah, that is a trump card for sure. It's just a trump card. Like what? What? Remember April 7th? Elite, huh? Because I know you guys doubt. You guys doubt. So many is like, come on, man. You're just, Robin's just getting lucky here and there. You know, everybody, sun shines on a dog's ass once a day. Who knows? Whatever. Yeah, but boss, he knows when we're turning the simulator off. Yeah, but so do we. I mean, who cares? Somebody probably told him. Look, God's not going to turn it back on, all right? That's what's not going to happen. I don't care if Robin knows our entire script inside and out and who we are and who Trump is and who SJD is. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. It's the end of winter. Pray your flight's not on the Sabbath, Robin. We're coming after you. March 22nd, 23rd. Hey, look, if you have people coming over the border, people, okay, we need a wall. We need a wall, we need a fabulous wall. Because sometimes people, okay, they hop over 22, 23, 35 at a time. I mean, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. 22 to 23 and 35 days from now that we signed is going to be the 22nd and 23rd of March. And it's going to go kaboom. Yeah, the daily sacrifice is going to be taken away. Yeah, in Donald Trump's sense, it's the money. In Steve's sense, it's us. In my sense, it already happened. Just telling you where we really are in the Bible. I'm just telling the elite where they're at, and I'm telling the elite where God's at. And I'm starting to figure out where I'm at. And, you know, boy, if I had this information 7 years ago, things would be different. But I don't have this information from 7 years ago. I have it now, right now. Everybody's, I'm telling you what's going to happen, and they all have scripts in front of them. And Everything they're saying is happening. It's conveniently, I said it 2 years ago. Yep. I prophesied about that 2 years ago, and I wrote it down, and there's proof, because it's in my, you know, when you guys drain my emails, you dropped it right into your bucket. It's printed out. You guys have it. You have the 6 page, you have the 2, you have the 1 page, and you have that 9 page from the work situation. So you see where my track record is, Elite and Steve, the king, you know, the king. Hey, king of kings. King of kings. Live forever, Steve. Live forever. You're the one that asked me to interpret what you're saying. Did you not? Did you not ask me to interpret what you're saying, Steve? Did you not ask me to figure that one out, genius? Because I already did. 3, 2, 1, and then 3, 2, 2, and then 3, 2, 3. Pray that your flight isn't in the winter or on the Sabbath. What does that mean, Rabin, huh? Well, let's see. I'll take one guess. One guess would be that's the last time that any of us are on YouTube, maybe. Or I'll take another guess and say that's the time that the daily sacrifice will be taken away. Could be the money on Trump's end. Or it could be us, the daily sacrifice, like sacrificing our lives daily, knowing that the elite want to round you up and kill you. I mean, that's what I know. I know in my heart who Steve is, and I'm not backing down from Steve because I know that God has my back with whatever. It's like, okay, God, I will do. What's that? Tell him? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Steve, God told me to tell you that your plan's not going to work. I mean, he gave me details as I went, and I even said it a few months back. I'm like, man, I don't know how God's going to turn you guys back. You know, the remnant, not the 144,000 remnant, the remnant that are going to be afraid and give glory to God. I said, God hasn't given me that information yet. I did the video, I don't know where, a couple months back, and then it just started clicking more and more and more and more and more. But you have to understand what the sky is made of. You have to understand what Trump is talking about. And you have to understand what King Nebuchadnezzar is trying to get you to interpret. I mean, Rockin' Robin, you know what I mean? Didn't produce it. I'm gonna Robin, December 18th, I have a prediction for you. I'm gonna see you face to face in 60 to 90 days. Which happens to land exactly on February 16th, 15th, 16th, and then 30 days is like, you know, the end of winter. So, and then pray your flight's not in the winter. So, when you made that video almost 2 months later, look, I'm just telling, yeah, I know what you guys are doing. I get it. I know I'm getting sued. I know it's a 30-day decree. I know you're going to try to get us to stop praying to our God. I'm just telling you it ain't going to happen. You can throw us through the frickin' fire. We won't be singed because it's fake. We won't even smell like it. You've already thrown us into the lion's den. I am shutting the lion's mouth. What else is there? It's coming. It's happening. It's coming. It's happening. It will come to pass. You guys already started it on December 21st, shutting down the government partially. Partial shutdown. It's going to continue. It's just going to be worded differently. Steve's going to come out with the same message that Donald Trump has, just with different words. He's going to tell you the saints are being compassed. And he's going to tell you that it's from the sons of Cain that are compassing the camp of the saints, acting like he's part of the saints when he's the one that's compassing you. He's the one playing Jesus Christ out. He is the one playing Satan out. He's the one playing everything out. I mean, I'm starting to see where he's playing every part out. Trump is the face of what is happening here. Steve is the real. What's really happening is what Steve is doing. What Trump is saying and doing, he's just a face putting on a front. Michael playing out the Michael role. Steve, you tried it. I interrupted it. I interrupted your script of saying that Michael was helping you down by the river, living in a van. And then Trump came out and said it 6 days later. Was it? No, was it the? No, it was the 3rd. Okay, so it was January 3rd. I made the video, and the 25th. 22 days later. 22. Well, yeah, 22, 23, 22, 23, 35 people. It was 22 days later, you know, 22 miles of wall. It's looking great, guys. I built a lot of wall. I got 22 miles of wall I built at some time, short period of time, on the beginning of January the 3rd. It's a short period of time, but that's for a long period of time. It's a great wall. I've created 304,000 jobs just by that wall alone. 22 miles of wall, okay? And that was the beginning of Michael standing up. So, oh, wait a minute. January 3rd and then the 25th. I mean, is it 22 or is it 23? I'm sorry. It's 22. You know, it's like 3 weeks beforehand. Like knowing what they're going to do 3 weeks beforehand. Because I said Steve was going to play out the Michael stood up role. You can look at the video. It's January 3rd. And then Steve came up and made a video because he waited 10 days to make a video. So he came out the very next day and made that and started reading his script, all drunk and everything. But there I go, defecating on his character again. It's reckless endangerment. I am recklessly endangering my own life as a daily sacrifice. So anyway, that script of knowing that Michael was going to stand up, just because, why did I say that? I mean, well, because Steve, you said that Michael was going to help you down. He asked you, what does he need you to, what do you need him to do for you? As Michael was living in the van down by the river. And then I dissected that script. And then along with the Rockin' Robin song, it's like two things right back to back. That's how I got you to rise up and continue to labor until the going down of the sun. The sun didn't go down yet, Steve. You're still laboring until the going down of the sun. Then you can, you know, start exchanging gifts to one another because you don't think God's going to open the sky up and put just like flick the switch just for a second, you know, just a click, short circuit, and then here comes New Jerusalem. You don't believe that. So yeah, you guys will be exchanging gifts to one another for 3.5 days. And then after 3.5 days, whether that's 7 days or 3.5 days or whenever it is, something's going to happen. Somebody's going to cause the prayers of the oblation to cease in the midst of the week. You know, depending on what you believe the midst of and what the week is and where the week's at. And if it's in the middle, then it's basically 4 years. If it's at the midst, well, then it's at the end of the full 7th into the 8th. It's 1 week. Along with 69 weeks and 70 weeks is determined. I mean, that's how I see it. But I see things happening beforehand too. So both of those things, that's how I got you to rise up and make that video and tell me your timeline, Steve. I got you to tell me the timeline first, and then Trump came out and was talking about the same exact thing for, you know, 22, 23, and 35. So from the time that you that he made that little announcement on the 15th. I believe it's 35 days, the 22nd or the 23rd. I have to calculate that. From February 15th to pray that your flight's not in the winter on the Sabbath, March 22nd, 23rd. Well, there's 23 days, so just subtract 7, kind of gets you to the 30-day period. But there's 33 days mixed in there, and again, that 40-day period just feels like it's going to start as soon as winter ends. Like, just has that feeling like it's going to happen. So I said the daily sacrifice would be taken away on April 7th, right? Because that's 365 days since the that prediction that I nailed, by the way. Just want to remind you of that prediction of April 7th. I'm thinking that the daily sacrifice would be taken away then, but I'm starting to reel it back in, and I'm starting to think it might have something to do with the 22nd and the 23rd of March. It might. Yep. So how many days is it? I need to know right now. From February 15th, well, it's 13 days till March. So yeah, so to the 20th is 23 days. I mean 33 days. 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So it's between the 30 and the 40-day period. I don't know. I mean, if I have somebody from the outside tell me what I'm doing, telling me what my script is, that's my gift that God gave me. It's just flat out, that's what it is. It's a gift that God gives you to be able to see, like, because you know how you guys, you can see me, you can hear every word that I'm saying, but I can't see you watching me. I can't see you literally like you can see me. So you hear everything that I say and you see everything I do. I can't see you guys, so I'm not supposed to know that you're watching me at all steps everywhere I go. But likewise, I can't. I mean, you can't see me watching you, but I can see what you guys are up to. I can see it, and I know the timeline. It's the best feeling in the world to know that timeline. I mean, I'm just at that point now because I know everything's dwindling down. It's just dwindling down. I mean, today it took all of work, so I was there for 8 hours, and then about 2 hours later is when the video finally uploaded. So it took just about 10, 12, 13, 15, 10, 11, 12, 45 hours. It's close to it. So this is what the Bible has been talking about all this time. The end days. What's it going to look like with the end of the world? It's going to look like this for now. Nobody's going to know. And then it's going to look like, just turn your TV on. You're going to see the bombs. And then once everything's cut, just look up into your screen. It's a great big wall. We got a great wall. It's fabulous. San Diego has a great wall. Just ask them over there. It's perfect. It's perfect. So just look up at your wall and you'll see the rest of the show. Yeah, I mean, are a lot of people going to freak out? Yup. But I have to accept this. I'm probably the only person in the world right now that is saying what I'm saying, and I believe it 100%. And on top of that, it's the world's script being played out on your television set. Okay? It's being played out on your television set. You can look out on to that screen and you can see that World War III is right around the corner. And everybody's warning us about all the mouthpieces of the elite, like AMTV Christopher Reed guy and Richie from Boston. They are telling us because they have the script and they're told to read it. I'm telling you too, and I don't have a script, I just have the scriptures. And I am told to read it because my hands won't have any blood on them. It's being played out exactly the way it is in the book of Daniel. This is the decree. Trump signed the declaration. It's a declaration. It's a decree. Is it exactly 30 days? Well, I don't know yet. Trump still has to announce something on President's Day, which is the 18th. He has a big announcement. I don't know what it is, but it's a big one. So, Steve and Trump are playing out the same thing. In the world, that's what they're doing, both of them. It's quite amazing. My cross street neighbor, they're taking over the role of the Russian neighbors. They're doing like this, you know, same type of noise campaign. Look, it's pretty funny. Here's the caravan. There's the caravan. Just for robbing Henry T's. Three, two, two, three. Well, I mean, I couldn't be any more ready. You know? So as this happens, I understand that it's God's purpose. You're playing out the Bible. You really, literally are playing out the Bible. So, okay, fine. I'll play out the Daniel part. I mean, and everybody else on YouTube, hey, you guys, if you want to play out the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego part, just know you won't be singed by the fire, and you'll be in charge of the providence. I'm just going to sit at the King's Gate, though.